Hello, I can't believe another week has gone by already. The most pressing question on people's minds is probably, what has Dark Gull been up to this week? And the answer seems to be not a lot, as far as we can tell. He's been sighted several times around the city, but he hasn't seemed to be doing anything, which is a little bit odd. Just making sure people don't forget about him, I guess. It is a fast-moving news cycle. I don't know if this is some calm before the storm, or maybe he was just all talk. Time will tell, though I can't say I'm particularly in a hurry to find out. While we wait for that, I figured this week I would talk a bit about the how of being a good roommate. Over the past few years, I have had some varied roommate experiences, and while I am definitely not perfect 100% of the time, I have learned some things about the art of living with other humans. One of the biggest roommate issues, especially here in New York, where apartments are tiny and walls are thin, is noise. Try not to make ridiculous amounts of noise when other people are home and might be sleeping or working. Headphones are a pretty neat invention that help with this, and should ideally be used when possible. I like to play music a lot when I'm just hanging out, but if it's a time when Lacey's home, I know she's probably got stuff to do, so I've made myself get in the habit of using headphones. The next thing is, while it's important for everyone to have privacy and their own lives, it's also important to be social and talk to your roommates sometimes. Communication is extra important when there are issues, but even just in regular life, it's nice to be friendly with the people you live with. This interaction varies based on people's personalities, and of course everyone is busy with school and jobs and crime fighting, but at the end of the day, it's pretty nice to have roommates who you see and can talk to from time to time. Third, and very important, is don't eat other people's food unless you have some sort of agreement in place. Having some sort of food sharing system works for some people and not for others, so just make sure everyone is on the same page before there are any issues. For some things like condiments and spices and such, it can make sense for things to be joint ingredients, but if in doubt, just ask. It all goes back to talking to your roommates. Terrible, I know. Last, but definitely not least, be clean-ish. If you have a private bedroom, that's one thing. You can do whatever you want in there, as long as you're not attracting bugs or something. But just clean up after yourself everywhere else. This can be a hard transition for people who move away from home for the first time, but it's really not that difficult. You just have to make a habit of doing your dishes within a reasonable amount of time, and cleaning your hair and your gunk out of the shower, and occasionally wiping things down when they get gross. It might not be fun, but it is pretty vital to your apartment being a nice place to live. That's all I've got for roommate advice. Hopefully someone finds that helpful for any present or future living situations. I wish I knew more I could tell you about Dark Gull, but I have a nagging feeling we haven't seen the last of him. I'll see you in another week.